Okay, ladies and gentlemen, transcriptional factors. So this is a little bit of storyline, and long and short, I'm going to try and keep it entertaining on this one. So transcriptional factors essentially enable transcription, as you full well know. There are generally three. There are three types. There's 1, 2, and 3. And if you remember transcription and translation, well, the first part of translation really is on the ribosome. Yes, so you get ribosomal RNA, which is kind of the first part, and then the latter part or involvement then includes so this was ribosomal RNA, and then you get the transfer RNA coming into play. So in order for that guy to work, it's going to be transcription factor 3. So you can see the order in which the transcription factors are employed as such. Transcriptional factor 2 is the guy who's actually going to do some work on the actual DNA, and there are some key players with this guy. And what we have really is with this one is to be fair, we've got to kind of elaborate on these guys. And yes, again, for the quick ones here who just picked up what I said, it's to be fair. Okay, everything DB fair. Okay, so what we do is this guy is going to detect, is going to bring, this guy's going to facilitate something, this guy's going to entice something else, and this guy's going to hydrolyze. And we'll have a look at all of these characters as I bring them into play. But just before I go on to that bit, what we need to appreciate is that on our DNA, what we've got is we've got the tartar sequence. Okay, we can have transcription factors. These can be upregulating or downregulating. The upregulators can either be promoters, okay, or they can be enhancers. And notice again where I wrote these, because promoters, okay, are going to be on the proximal end. Okay, because they're going to promote something, aren't they? They're going to promote the development of something, so it's going to develop in that direction. Whereas enhancers, generally, you're going to enhance something that is already developed, such as this little strand over here. And in order to enhance, I'm going to add onto it, and inevitably that addition is going to be at the end of something. So enhancers on the distal end, promoters on the proximal end. Okay, point made. Now, tartar is if you know about tartar is one of the big industrial giants out, particularly in India, in the steel industry as well as cars, if I remember correctly, it's Rolls-Royce. And 25 amino acids is generally what this guy's made up of. In the absence of tartar, we'll have a cart, okay? And this is known as the Hogness box, yes? Honey, the honey is kind of how I remember this as. It's like, oh, okay, I've hit the jackpot, I've got the honey. Okay, so now let's introduce some of our players, shall we? And what we say is we've got transcriptional factor 2, TF2, okay, sat over there, and this guy generally is associated with B, okay, so we're going to go over there, but D is the first guy who comes into play, and D is wandering about, okay, B is sat over here, and then F has got a role to play, and you know what? E and H are kind of bum chums. They like to stay with each other. They are bestie buddies. They are inseparable, okay, no matter what. And we'll say why and how and everything else in a moment. So let's get into the story. So if I might choose a different colored pen. So D is wandering about, okay, he's wandering about. Oh, hello, I found tartar box, the honey box, honey. I've hit the jackpot. Here's my honey, the Hogness box, tartar. Tartar is a big guy. If I can create a connection with them, voila, here we go. So I've got tartar, I've detected it, and what I'm now going to do is I'm going to say, B, oi, B, where are you? So B is, gives him a shout and says to B, B, come on, bring your friend TF2 over. So B comes along. So D is already here. Okay, he made his time, got himself here. Called B. B comes along, and of course he's told him to bring TF2 with him. Okay, and TF2 comes along, and what happens is once TF2 is there, what we need to do is F comes along and says, right, I'm going to strengthen this bond over here. So it strengthens the bond, and once it's strengthened the bond, F says, where the hell is he, man? Where the fuck is he? Oi, E! Oi! Get your ass over here now! Right now. So E says, oh shit, I better get there. This guy's serious. There's something big going down. So E comes along, and of course E is a little bit timid, and he says, H, please come with me, please. So H actually joins him as well, and of course joins in and comes over and sits there. And of course, H actually is quite a big player, because what H then does is this: I'm the hydrolyzer. So what he's going to do is actually going to hydrolyze all these hydrogen bonds over here, and it's actually going to unwind the DNA, ready for the next part of the whole process. I hope that was entertaining, actually, guys. Slightly different to the usual videos, and hopefully the story will help you remember the details of this whole thing. Thank you for watching.